When you add value, you keep your customers, your patients, your clients longer. Come on, let's talk about it. Welcome to Newsletter Guru TV, your show with a boatload of smart marketing and business building advice, and a little fun along the way.
This episode of Newsletter Guru TV is brought to you by Double My Retention. Use Jim's exclusive CPR client retention strategy to significantly boost your client retention and your profits.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru. On this episode, I'm going to talk about adding value. You know, if you've watched my episodes of Newsletter Guru TV for a while, you know I always have the same signature sign-off. Keep looking for ways to add more value and then go do something nice for somebody. Well, I got an email about 3 weeks ago from a woman who said, Jim, I've been in the same business about 15 years. I feel a little stuck. I like the way you keep saying add more value, but can you help me figure that out? What does that look like? I thought, you know what? What a great episode. So what we're going to talk about is how to add more value to your business. I figured the best way for me to explain it would be to just talk about what I do in my own business, and then what I want to encourage you to do is listen to what I'm doing in my different businesses, and then have an open mind and figure out, don't say, well, that won't work in my business. What you should be saying is, how can I make something like that, or how can I do something similar to what Jim's doing in his business? How can I make it work in my business, okay? So that's where we're going to go. First of all, on value. There is real value. In other words, there are things that you can build into your programs, add on to your programs that have real value, which really means it has a real cost to you, whether it's a hard cost or just in terms of your time, which is labor. And then there's also perceived value. There are things that you can do that would add value to your customers and your clients and your patients, the experience that you have with each other and in the relationship that don't necessarily have at least a real hard cost. All right, so we're going to talk about those different ones. Let me first address no hassle newsletters. You know, about 5 years ago when I created No Hassle Newsletters, it started out as a content program, what I called my customer-loving content. I was providing articles and cartoons, puzzles, everything I thought people needed to generate, to help them make creating their newsletter better. And then I started hearing from people, well, we need help with the design. So that's when I added more value to a No Hassle Newsletter membership. I created my done-for-you No Hassle Newsletter templates, okay? And, you know, one thing to keep in mind when you're adding value to your current members, if you keep their price the same but you keep adding value, that's going to give you the highest return, because they're going to go, oh my gosh, this is a great deal. I've still got No Hassle Newsletter subscribers that are probably paying about $37 or $47 a month from way back when, which is kind of funny, but they're having a great deal. So here's the thing. After I did the templates, people then were saying, well, I have a hard time with the printing and mailing, so I created the Concierge print and mail program. Now, this one is not a free add-on, but it's a service that's free to use. It's an awesome value, so I give my current members very good pricing, very good service, and I make it very easy for them to print and mail their newsletter. So you see, it's not always giving a free thing, but I added value to the relationship that I had with No Hassle Newsletter members by making it easy for them to do something that they had to do, which is get their newsletter printed and mailed. I then created the custom article generator to help people who didn't have time to write their own articles. Let's see, what else did I do? Well, there's a couple other things. So let me jump now to No Hassle Social Media, my other membership program. I launched No Hassle Social Media in March of 2011. It is a done-for-you content program. So I give you everything you need for blog posts, Facebook, Twitter tweets, LinkedIn updates, video scripts. There's everything you need to jump in and market your business with social media. But after about 30 days, what I decided to do was I recognized that most of the people that were becoming members of No Hassle Social Media were fairly new to social media marketing. So while I was providing content, just the whole idea of how to do it was new. So what I did is I went out and I started interviewing leading experts in the industry, experts on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, video experts, SEO experts, and I started doing these 30-minute interviews and giving them to the members of No Hassle Social Media absolutely free. So like 1 month I did one, the next month I did another. So the total value of their membership, which I thought was already good with the content I'm providing, was now even more valuable because I'm helping teach them the actual implementation part. I think we've done probably 5 or 6 interviews already. The other thing we added to No Hassle Social Media was the custom article generator. So now, if you didn't want to write your own blog post, my writers will write a blog post for you for a ridiculously low price of less than 20 bucks. And the other thing I did, and I added to the program, this is a way to add value. The longer someone's a member of No Hassle Social Media, they get a discount. So they get a 5% discount every single month they're a member, and it's cumulative, so that after a year, I think they can get an article for like 10 bucks or 12 bucks, and then after 18 months of membership, they can get a custom article written by my team for free. So that's a way to add more value, making the longer they're staying a member, more value. So you're starting to see that. Let's see, what else can I talk about? All right, let me talk about how to add value just in general terms. In other words, to the people that are subscribing to my list, they're not necessarily paid members of my programs or coaching clients, although they may be, but I've got a pretty good sized list of people that just like the information that we're putting out. So here's what we do. Every Tuesday they get the newsletter, which includes some articles and some training, and every Thursday we launch our new video like we're doing right now, and which is, as I branded it and trademarked, my smart marketing and business building advice. So you get the newsletter on Tuesday, you get the video on Thursday. They're totally free. It is helping people learn how to become better marketers. So another thing that I'll do to reward people for being on my list is usually about 3 times a year I'll do a free book giveaway. I know I talked about that in a previous episode about exactly how to do it, but I actually promote it. I give people on my list the free book, how to get that, and then I also promote it on social media, so people that are on social media that may not be on my email list will come onto my email list and then get a free book. So there's different ways to add more value that way. The thing you want to do is every day look at your business, find ways, how can I add more value, how can I make it so my members, some that have been with me a month, some that have been with me 5 years, how can I make it so that they still feel value and fresh value and new value, so that they're predisposed to staying longer? Because we know that customers that stay longer, they end up spending more and referring more, and that is always a good thing. Okay, the final way that I'm going to talk about adding value is to relationships. I run a pretty good sized coaching and mastermind program. So one of the things I'll do, even though I feel like for the investment they make, they get incredible value already. That's a given, by the way. You always want to over-deliver and provide incredible value. And then when I say add more value, you keep adding to that. So that's just your starting point, okay, being of immense value. But one of the things I'll do is I'll occasionally send my coaching members free gifts. It may be a free book, maybe one of my books, it may be somebody else's book, it may be one of my programs. But I'm always looking for ways to add more value. Surprise gifts, whether it be my cookies that I do with Lori Seitz' Gratitude cookie program is awesome. People love getting food, especially Lori's great cookies. So that's a good thing. But basically, I'm always on the move up here is to make sure my relationships are strong. How can I add more value? How can I expand the value of what they're already paying me for seem even greater? So that's really the mindset. One of the last things I'll do, I'll share this and then we'll exit stage right, if you will. One of the last things I do is every week I sit down and I have these handwritten notes. Let me show you a copy right now. Look at here, right there. So every week I sit down and I write. It could be 3, it could be 5, it may be 10, but I'll write these handwritten notes to some of my clients. People that are customers of my Concierge print and mail program. I do see copies of the newsletters that mail, so I'll look at it and maybe I'll see an idea, or maybe it's a great newsletter and I'll just write that, thank people for their business, and if I see a couple ideas, I might give them a couple critique suggestion on how they can make their newsletter better. People really value, especially in this digital economy, in this digital age we're in with cell phones and email everything, people appreciate getting a handwritten note. Sometimes when I go to these live events, someone will come up to me, hey Jim, I got this note. Now, was that really you, or did you have somebody write that? And I'll say, could you barely read it? Was it like almost illegible? So yeah, I said, that's me, sorry. But it really makes a connection with somebody when you get a handwritten note. All right, that's this episode of Newsletter Guru TV, how to add more value, which is how to keep your customers, your patients, and your clients longer, all right? So I think based on the lesson I just gave, we'll forego that part of my usual closeout, and I'll go right to the second one. Go out there and do something nice for somebody. Hold the door, Somebody come up short at the register, help them out, wave them into traffic. You're going to get home the same 1 minute if somebody goes ahead of you on the road. Just do something nice. Let's make this the year that we really step it up and just treat each other with a little more respect and kindness. And I think that would be awesome. Until next episode, this is Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru. You take care.